Okay, this week let's just talk a little bit about, say I was flying today and we were going to be going to, Charlotte, North Carolina, maybe, or Wilmington area. What would be some of the hazards? Uh, Say I'm coming up from Florida. I'm going to be flying across a cold front that's actually just above Florida right now. I see a band of clouds across that whole area right now. That band of clouds there would be my first question I'd have to ask. So if that, let's go see if we can find out an answer to him and see what's going on. Well, there's a cold front down in the southern part, just south of it. So what that's telling me is that with precipitation is above that front, north of it, I've got overrunning, which means I have a warm frontal loft that's extending back above that area. While the cold front is south, probably almost stationary across northern Florida right now, to the north, there is some kind of warm air being pushed up in that direction. So if I was, first thing I want to know whether maybe the front's going to move anymore. Well, if I look at 500, I'm looking at pretty much southwest to northeast flow across the area. That front's not going anywhere very fast. Also, a trough of low pressure down here, probably helping to move east into that area eventually, maybe helping to lift some moisture back to the further to the north again. And if I look at 850 is a great level just to see where low-level moisture might be coming from. I see lots of it now moving up just to the north of the front, lifted over that cold boundary. We know that when warm air is lifted up from a cold boundary, it's going to condense. We know that that's going to cause precipitation. Yes, it's warm. The precipitation is going to be all rain. However, what about some other areas above that? If I'm flying at an altitude, we'll say 13,000 feet, Aviation Weather Center actually tells me that I have a probability of light to moderate icing. So if I'm flying a little bit higher up in the atmosphere, I'm getting into some cold air. I've got all this moisture, the precip there. I need to be recognizing that where I'm flying, the altitude I'm flying at, has some dependency on what my weather is going to be, what I'm going to be dealing with. This sounding is from Morehead City, North Carolina. It's right in the rain area. You can see lots of rain, lots of moisture here. Very cloudy. In other words, you're not going to get out of clouds until you get well above, probably over 25, 30,000 feet. So if you're in a nice high jet and want to be soaring over top of it, you might be above the clouds. But if you're not, most of you are going to be in the clouds. Where does it go below freezing? Well, here's your 0 degrees thing. And guess what? That's right there, about 13, 14,000 feet. Temperatures dropping below freezing. And we know there's some lift going on because there's rain there. So what you're finding out is that, if I go above that level there, I'm going to be in some potential icing conditions. Probably be able to be handled by assuming your aircraft is well equipped to handle that kind of thing, but just be aware of it. Another feature you might not think about with this, say I was landing down in here, I'm seeing a decent amount of rain all over this area, and ceilings are down. So you're probably dealing with some IFR conditions as well. And as you notice, the wind changed direction. So you're dealing with wind shear. You probably have some turbulence in that area. All things just quickly looking at what we talked about and applying it to what you're seeing in real time today. So all of these are aspects that I think you should be becoming aware of, just giving yourself the benefit of, a quick look at the map, and I'm saying, I may have some issues, I may not. If I'm flying across the Midwest today, up in here, probably beautiful sunshine. No problems whatsoever. And the other thing I guess you can say with the GOES, the one I am using, I like to use the lightning flash detection. And really, right now, there is not much in the way of lightning down there, so we're not seeing thunderstorms. So that's a good thing to know as well. So I hope you get a little bit out of this. This was not anything, but everything you've been learning to look at taking a route and seeing what you can just observe very quickly from using 3 or 4 different charts. So I hope you got something out of that. And I noticed I didn't do anything yet. I was just looking at current observations, 2 to 4 hours, maybe 6 hours. So that's all I'm dealing with here. Nothing going into this. Let me know if you have any questions this week.